Good afternoon. Sound's on now. Wonderful to see everyone. And I know it's a little rainy, but that's good because we'll just have more grass to grow and more weeding to do. So we're all in good stead there. So my first little thing to do is to please ask that if you have a cell phone or a technical device to turn them off or turn them to a vibrate setting. That would be great for the performance this afternoon. The next item is next week we have Duo Gate. So we will have Ginny Scarfino on clarinet, accompanied by Michelle Kyle on piano. So that's next week's noon hour. We're getting down. Anyway, and then for today, our guest. Feel free to come up and visit with Luke. And he also has some CDs for sale. So again, if you want to check in with him and see him after the performance, that would be great. And so for now, please join me in welcoming Luke Welch.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Luke. Thank you very much for taking time out of your respective days and afternoons to come and hear me perform. I absolutely love performing in this series. I would say of all the places in the world I've played, this is probably my favorite place to come back to. It's now my 5th time here. You can't get rid of me. So again, I know this is the Douglas Haas Legacy Concert Series, so every time I come back, I love to give a special tribute and thank you to him for putting this all together. I know, of course, unfortunately, he didn't make it through with us, but it's nice to see that now that we're sort of slowly getting towards the other side of, us being sort of isolated, that it's nice that we can still have reasons to come together and share the, in the warmth of music. So that was a Chopin Nocturne. Next, I'll be playing a couple of sets of Samuel Coleridge Taylor from the new album that I just came out with called Samuel Coleridge Taylor Piano Works. Samuel Coleridge Taylor was a black composer, self-described Anglo-African, meaning that his mother was Caucasian, his father was from Sierra Leone, so very African. His father abandoned him and his mother when he was very young, and despite all the attempts that Coleridge Taylor made to keep in touch with his dad never actually wrote him back. So he took the time to write a lot of music to sort of encapsulate African and African-American idioms, so like a lot of rhythms and harmonies and sights and sounds from Africa, multiplied by the sort of soulful plantation music from America, because again slavery had just been abolished, and he wanted to sort of codify that sort of black culture that he knew was going to be dying. So that's going to be coming up in some of these pieces. So I very much hope you enjoy. Thank you. Those were the 5 scenes from Imaginary Ballet. Thank you very much for that response. I will be concluding this afternoon's program with a 3/4 valse suite from Samuel Coleridge Taylor. The total collection is 6 of them, which are all included on the CD if you want to have the full version. I've picked 3 out of the 6 because I thought these sort of represent his sort of varying styles very, very well. I didn't, unfortunately, even though I worked with the National Ballet of Canada and National Ballet of the Netherlands, I didn't get a chance to sort of throw them into a ballet class. But certainly I have that in mind when I'm playing them. These were just a little bit of a history. When everything got shut down, I decided to play concerts for my own house, and I called it Music from Home. So each month I would feature a different composer or a different sort of era, so it's Beethoven and Bach. So by the time it was 10 months in, I was like, okay, when is this pandemic ever going to be over? And I was running low on ideas on what to do. So then I started thinking, let me do something obscure, so maybe a French composer or some Spanish guy. How about a black composer? So it was when I opened up a book of random pieces, that's when I found these 3/4 valses from Samuel Coleridge Taylor. So that was the sort of birth of my project of trying to get his music and his sort of representation out there. If you want to think of Coleridge Taylor, if you think of Bach as being the sort of godfather of Western classical music who influenced Beethoven and Mozart, and the Samuel Coleridge Taylor would be that for black composers. He's the one who influenced Florence Price, R. Nathaniel Dett, who keep an eye on me because you're going to hear some Nathaniel Dett coming up in the near future, and a lot of these, and Harry T. Burleigh, and a lot of these other black composers. He was the first guy to sort of lead the way of trying to get that representation out there. So again, thank you guys very much for taking the opportunity to listen and enjoy this music, and have yourselves a great day. Thank you. Thank you guys very, very much. You certainly know how to make a pianist feel very special. I know you guys all have places to be, but for those who are able to stick around, as a token of my appreciation, I'd love to play just one little something for you guys. Is that cool? Yeah? Okay. So this will be Chopin Mazurka, Opus 24, number 1. It's very near. It's a wonderful piece. We talk about nationalism when we talk about Coleridge Taylor, so it's almost impossible not to throw that in when you talk about Chopin as well. And it's just a beautiful piece. So thank you guys again.